Hello, hello, hello. What is happening, party people? I hope you guys are doing fantastic, and welcome to another video on the Inner Conquest channel, the greatest modern metaphysics channel in the entire universe. Now, when we talk about metaphysics, I had a conversation with a friend last night, and she's having an argument with a business partner who owes her like 60K. So when she was in this situation, basically what was happening is she paid him, didn't think that he provided the correct services, so she's going to sue him and do all these other things. And she's like, well, I just love to fight. And I talked to her and I was like, listen, that's a viable way to live your life. You can do whatever you want. You'll probably win that way, etc. But from my perspective, I would be using that mental energy to live in the end desired result now, which would either be having him already have the money in the bank or apologizing, etc. Right? And this was a really big clash of beliefs, because when you have the understanding that thought plus emotion creates reverberations, right? So if you take it to like what most people start off with is law of attraction, right? So you put out a certain energy, that energy is on a bandwidth, and things of that bandwidth match to it and magnetize to you, right? Much like if you run into a store and you're screaming, everybody's like, what the fuck? They get reverberations from that energy, and their free will is somewhat taken because they have to respond to that energy. It's like if you basically set something on fire, right? People got to move because it's on fire. So when you have a conflict or anything of that nature, when you fight fire with fire, it basically builds and crescendos and blows up in a magnificent explosion. And what happened with this situation as well, because I'm the earpiece for the whole situation, this started off as a slight disagreement, and now it's turning into a legal battle, right? So how does that go from a slight disagreement to a legal battle? It goes that way because you keep adding friction and keep escalating and keep da-da-da-da-da-da-da until it blows up into something much bigger. So the whole point of this is to understand that you never go anywhere. There is no journey. It's all right now. So if your true goal is to have it resolved, the best way is to, and I got this from a gentleman named Eric on the Power of I Am channel. I'll link his channel below because I really like what he says. It's a deny, choose, be aspect. So essentially what happens is you want to not engage with an unwanted reality, right? You want to deny that reality's existence, and you want to go back into your mind, and you want to put your awareness on the wanted reality. The wanted reality in your mind is the blueprint for the future physical reality. So by saying, nope, he's already paid me, or nope, this has already been resolved, and then going back into your mind and either playing a mental movie or repeating an affirmation, etc., gives you the ability to not energize unwanted things, right? Classic is like you get a bill out of nowhere and you're like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. No, I'm rich enough to afford anything. Nope, money always comes to me. Nope, I'm ultra resourceful. So that skill set of not engaging with unwanted realities is the basis of discernment. And it's a real muscle, because when something nasty is in your face, right? Or something is really coming at you, what it's really trying to do is it's trying to dominate your frequency. So if you have a frequency of, I am happy, healthy, strong, wealthy, abundant, etc., whatever your primary directive is, and something in opposition comes to you and tries to dominate you, it's really a frequency war, right? It's whose frequency is more dominant, whose energy is more dominant. And what you do by doing this work is you don't become more placid. You don't become more malleable. You don't become more pliable. You do become more flexible and more able to take energetic stances that are favorable to you. But you're less easily dominated, right? And that's why this channel is called Inner Conquest, because a lot of times, myself included in my past, you would conquer the external reality. But the external reality is really just a reflection of your internal reality. And it's a byproduct and effect of the states of consciousness within which you dwell. So if you really want to be a top master, right, you want to understand that the states that you're dwelling in are the real prize, and being able to conquer those energy fields within which you dwell is the root of causation for all of the world of effects. So by being able to first understand that, and then secondly know that, and then thirdly practice that, what it does is it gives you the ability to stop feeding these fucking egregores that steal your life force, right? Because think about it. If you want to fight, and her excuse is like, I love to fight, I'm going to win this, etc. And don't get me wrong, like, she can do that and she can win. It's her reality. But at the end of the day, that is going to be her God, right? Because she has given power to that situation. She's like, this is how it is, and now I got to react to it. And no, fuck that shit, dude. This is already resolved. It's already done. It's already conquered. And when you come at it from that standpoint, it reorients the focus on yourself. And what it also requires is you to have the willingness to accept total responsibility. And I'm not talking at you, right? I'm talking to myself as much as I'm talking to any of you. You have to have the willingness to accept 100% responsibility for every single thing that shows up, because it's simply just your universe responding to an inner vibration, an inner belief system, or an inner emotion, right? And the great news about that is once you really get that right, now you have a beautiful feedback system from which you can gauge where your emotional states are at, right? Like if you didn't have bumps on the road when you're going on the highway, you'd fly out the fucking road and die immediately. So when you have these things that pop up that are unwanted, they are great indicators of where you can realign and reassess your power. It's not necessarily to engage with every single one of them. Imagine if you're driving on the road and you had bumps on the road and you're like, I'm going to fucking run all these bumps over until they're smooth, right? You just go, nope, all right, I'm going to go and refocus in a better direction. Once again, you have that option. You have that power. You could go get a paver and you could pave over all the bumps, and then you could go back and you could drive, right? But in terms of efficiently expending energy and being able to flow through life and be able to get what you want faster, it's easier to reorient rather than re-engage. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I just wanted to touch on that topic a little bit. If you guys want the services, check the link tree. We got some coaching and email options as well. Other than that, do not be dominated. Go forth, dominate, conquer, and have a hell of a day.